down by Ama.
I feel like the flicker forward is a bit too greedy. He could have flickered backward and still gotten the kill and gave himself more room to get out. Red Giants was not ready to follow up, but both teams are actually trading very, very evenly. I am loving the footwork coming in from all of these players, and we can really see why Udil wanted to prioritize the Zeus in despite what seemed like a bait from their opponents. Pulling Stormy back twice was huge.
It was huge. And looking based on the items here, pretty sure we are missing a couple. But so far, we're just waiting for the seconds as they get into this next one. I mean, good brilliance so far. SRG, a lot of their moves just completely thwarted. They are not finding these. Oh!
That's the kick onto Mao, pretty beefy. Able to finish him off. The guy from the back actually takes care of Soul, who does not have brilliance. Can Amao clean up the mess? Doesn't seem like it. Wild Charge does not find the timing, and Amao gets to run away because of that.
Good fingers. Real fast there, but now that he's off of the wall, he should be in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, and
He didn't get the auto off? Man, he was out of range. That's so sad.
yeah, it was just a little bit too far. That would have been a really nice kill, but Red Giants gaining a little bit of a foothold again, able to trade for Soul without losing anything in return. But I am really shocked by how close this game has ended up being. The Homeboys lineup has done a lot of preparation.
Use another kick to Udio. That's Purify out. Doesn't have a shunt pole. Didn't get lifted up, thankfully. I think SRG is starting to understand. We can't just go in for a one-way ticket fight. We gotta be able to push and pull. We have Sakais, we have Vincent, and that is what we're good at. It's how they kind of won that skirmish in the first place. Bait our resources.
This match, we're going into 8 minutes now. 1K net worth lead for the Red Giants. Honestly, not that much at this point. Humes looking for Soul, but already scouted out as well. Both teams are on maximum alert. They know that this game could shift in either direction just from one mistake.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very close between the two. SRG recognizes that if Udil is able to stick on top of them, it's a big problem, but worse yet, there's still plenty of counter-engage almost immediately after. Not to mention iframes. Whoa!
Wow, the counter conceal. Mao missing the Wild Charge flicker.
Innocent in trouble.
Unfortunate, but Innocent might not be that lucky. Trying to get rescued by Humes. Innocent still on the run. Amao chases him down. There's still Tempest of play. Surely it's the kill, right? Chrono dash away. And meanwhile, the backline exposes Cram, trying to give himself to protect his team, and might even find a kill in the process. Udio doesn't find it, but it's Sakais with the backstab to take out Soul.
Now that's the finesse we've been looking for from the Red Giants. An excellent disengage, paced out, no panic. Every single player making sure to do what is necessary for them to get out on their own. And then Sky's coming in at the end for the follow-up, targeting Soul, not even getting baited by the other lower health members.
Oh, let's see how long they can hold that up for, right? 30 more seconds. Current score 3-6 so far. SRG, very similar. Wait, another kick.
Bit off angle, but maybe the damage is enough.
Oh!
Clips Innocent. He dashes away. Chrono dash cooldown reduced by Diamond Force. Sakai just flees at the back again. Left, right, center. He's everywhere. On the ladder, Dawn. And Udio uses the Purify to gain some distance. Good stun.
No
Get
way.
Graham away. But Soul pops the brilliance. It's just a matter of seconds.
The layering is so good, actually, from both teams. Red Giants are playing the map and their angles a little bit better, but Homeboys are keeping up their thinking.
Hello.
They're making sure to respond and react very, very quickly and use their own HP, even on the core players as resources to try and preserve as many of their teammates as possible.
It's a preview of what we can expect from these two teams if they ever meet again down the road in that playoffs bracket. But for now, SRG on the lure and Homeboys not in a position to contest.
Unless, I mean, they're concealing forward. They got a 50-50 in. If not,
Can't find it though. They did get Cram. Still has the ultimate, lifted out second time. Mao to the back. Finds Stormy. Stormy steals the Wild Charge to gain distance. And at the end of the day, Homeboys finds Cram, but SRG gets lured.
A little slow to contest the Lord, though it didn't really look like Homeboys really wanted to challenge it. Getting Cram there is huge, but Sky just jumped straight in.
Man, that cable miss. A bit scary.
oh, it is scary. PTSD from what happened earlier, but with the Lord pushing in, Slanga Red Giants, they definitely want to correct the mistake that they did the last time in game number 2. And I think that Homeboys, if they're going to take any precautionary measures, they need to somehow harass Humes out of position.
when you compare it to the previous game, this Lord doesn't use as much gold lead as kind of their Lord moment in game 2. Just measly 2.4, I'm gonna clip in at a 2.5k net worth advantage. See how much damage they can do.
It's not that much just yet. Homeboys are still in a pretty okay position. Amal being scouted down here, has to be careful.
That lethal edition prop did look a bit scary. Clearly the 1v1 goes over to the side of Sakai's. Top tier 2 down as well.
3k net worth lead. Only the first third of the game, surprisingly. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that, but here he goes.
The good kick, that's so down. The impetus for SRG in the hands of Yumes. Now Lord pounding on the inhibitor should be taken care of fairly easily, but that opens up the map for SRG to take down all outer tier defenses.
Well, let's not forget about Sakai's as well. He is so big. He's 5-0-1. He's got plenty of damage to actually take out any target that he wants. Question is whether do they have iframes or anti-CC. You take your pick.
Yeah, the Red Giants are doing a very good job right now. They're just pressuring the lanes over and over, getting as much damage on the towers as possible. The next Lord gonna be 60 minutes away, so any kills they can get in that meantime will be a plus point, but Homeboy's gonna look for a response.
Oh wow, if he just dashes in like that, could be the fatal mistake. Knockup Jin couldn't dose, the guy from the back doesn't find the angle. Primal Wrath used by Cram already, he's willing to take this fight if Budio lets him. The Homeboys being corralled in an awkward position. Cram completely fine with being the front line. SRG takes everything they can.
No overcommitting from the Red Giants here, which is the smart choice. We've already seen these positions being given up from mistakes like that. So respecting Homeboys after dropping a game earlier. Homeboys also not going too far after realizing they have no more resources. There's a lot of respect happening between these teams, but we know that Red Giants is in control of the map, which is bad news for the Homeboys since the Lord is coming up in 10 seconds.
Homeboys have no real means of actually trying to contest the opposing purple buff to slow down this fanning, and I think it's been way too long since they've even considered that option. But now that it is coming to the next Lord, let's see how SRG do it again, right? Take control of this Riverline and a good kick.
That's a kick. Follow-up is there. Innocent and Stormy joins Mao. Wow, Charles stops Stormy. Pick him up by Budio. Very good connection. And that's the mid lane.
Oh my god, the fan is going for a triple kill. And right there, he got triple kill. Is he going for a fourth kill? Is he gonna get his fourth kill? And yes, he got Maniac. Just like that. By using the cable, he has got his Maniac and his first win for our Red Giants.
Of season 13, and they will claim it in the first match of season 14 as the Selangor Red Giants take down the Homeboys.
They broke the stalemate, finally. You almost just got into position, got into some faces, face-checked the rush, and found a kick that started a win. Nicely done by SRG, but I'm actually very happy with how Homeboys played with this game. If I'm a fan, they shouldn't be too disappointed. That's a very high ceiling that they can get up to.
I agree with you. Let's let Rose handle the rest with the Red Giants on stage.
Kemenangan pertama untuk musim ke-14 Selangor Red Giants 2-1 menentang Homeboys. So guys, first of all, kindly give our winners a round of applause.
So Sarzi are the winners for this
Alright guys, a round of applause
game
everybody.
right now. And that are intense.
Semua takut nak dekat dengan I sebab I pegang mic ke? Okay, everybody to the front. Okay. Oh, mic. Okay, so can we start off with Sakai's first? Our Sky Prince in Malaysia. Sky Prince is back. Hi Sakai.
Hello.
First of all, an amazing series. Tapi I nak tahu apa yang menjadi di game kedua?
For game 2, actually, I will take the blame.
Wow. Kenapa you yang take the blame? You all fight play.
For my perspective, it's my mistake. All of them is my mistake.
I see. Okay, I don't think your teammates would agree with you taking the full blame. Okay, can we go to Innocent? Okay, Innocent. Orang kata dia ni half human, half wolf. But just now we saw you play Lunox. What was the Lunox pick all about? Are we not gonna see Roger anymore?
Yeah, they don't want me to give Roger. That's why I'm using other heroes.
Which means Lunox.
Yeah.
Will we be seeing more unorthodox picks when it comes to gold lane?
A lot.
A lot, okay?
Yeah.
Rasa kita boleh stay tuned sebab Innocent nampaknya ada banyak strat up his sleeves untuk musim ini. And I like that. I'll stay tuned for that, okay? Alright, guys, MBSJ. I think daripada game tadi, kita dah agak-agak tahu siapa MVP. Tapi I nak dengar daripada fans ada dalam dewan ni. Siapa MVP anda? Okay, so apa kata kita tengok MVP kita? In 3, 2, 1. MVP perlawanan ini jatuh kepada The Sky Prince. Makin lama makin belakang korang. Depan. Okay, so guys. Sekarang MVP of the match. First match musim ini siap package dengan Maniac. Is this a sign or is this a premonition that SRG wants a back-to-back this MPL?
Okay, first of all, I think first match ni saya MVP mungkin sebab ini sekarang meta assassin. Kalau tak, Innocent yang MVP biasanya. So I think it's just because of the meta. And then for the back-to-back, I think we're gonna make it because we already orang cakap langkah kanan lah. So
Alright, so sebelum I let you guys off, kita bagi dekat Yums. Yums je tak cakap lagi hari ni. Okay, Yums, apa yang Yums nak cakap kepada fans yang hadir ke MBSJ hari ini?
Kepada fans-fans, terima kasih sebab datang, support kita orang. Tanpa korang, kita orang bukanlah apa-apa.
Wow! Alright, you guys may now go celebrate your victory. Once again, congratulations to Selangor Red Giants.
Guys.
Baru hari pertama musim 14 ni, tapi game dah sengit, game dah panas. But jangan risau sebab selepas ni kita ada lagi perlawanan satu lagi. But before that, let us hear the mic check of this game.
Mic check.
Diagram. Dah. Nice one. Take mid set.
What is that?
Ada. Ini set. Agak.
Link load.
Chill. No, yuk, dia tak ada purify. No purify ah. Okay, my ulti 25.
Ito no purify, yun Ito na play kira.
The fan got his Maniac at that time.
Tingko sini guys. No purify. Red no purify.
Yes.
I think it's
Nice one,
gonna be Lunox MVP. Lunox gonna be MVP. Wee!
A much closer series than many of us could have anticipated. But the Red Giants are the ones who ultimately come out on top. I gotta get you guys' opinions. Is this what you expected?
100% no. I came in and I was like, yeah, SRG, they're gonna 2-0. It's gonna be the same thing all over again. But I'm glad that Homeboys were able to put up a performance such as this with almost new lineup, right? It not only exposes that, okay, Giants can bleed, but at the same time, very promising considering we have so many old guards in the roster.
Yeah, I agree. I think that even with the extra bit of experience, it definitely is going to help shape some of these players to get even better. But I'm also very impressed with Homeboys, right? The fact that they were able to get not only just the series, but the fact that they made that last game as close as it could possibly get with the lineups that they got. Considering that they're not like throwing their lives randomly, it feels a little strange to watch. Am I watching MPL MY or what am I watching right now? Because it's a pretty overall clean and macroly almost perfect game.
You can really tell that after game 2, Homeboys actually forced Red Giants in a position where they genuinely had to play quite disciplined and respectful of their opponents. it was
Like,
not
ew.
messing around anymore. They understood there was
like
a
that.
genuine chance of being taken by surprise, so they locked in.
Safe.
And even then,
For MVP.
Homeboys put up a strong
Oh,
fight.
it is.
Skies,
It
he's
is
gonna be the
Fanny
MVP of the
for the
match. The
MVP.
Sky Prince,
thought it
his
was gonna be
legacy continues.
And considering
Oh,
that,
my brother got
I personally feel in
MVP.
terms of game 3, sure, it's still a red side
15
win,
kill.
but then you look at how Coach Jeff drafted in the first phase, right?
Only
It
2
did
days.
mitigate a lot of the innate advantage you would
And
have
we can
on
see
red
right
side, and
there,
that's how the game ended up that
got
close.
5
If not for some
assists.
big plays from Yums or Graham, I
MVP
think we
of
would have had
Matt.
an even more
So
extended
it's-
game 3.
Yeah, probably, honestly. I do think that like Sakai's overall as a jungler is very
It's
creative in the
810.
way that he gets into these fights, right? And
Oh,
if
he picked-
luckily he did get
No,
access to
in
the
the first
Fanny,
game,
so the
I
way
did
that
not
he
think.
flanks is also extra crisp and sharp. He knows how to do those right angle turns when necessary, right? That's how he
brother got that
catches
blood.
he catches Soul off guard
all
multiple
the
times, even though they've
Like
already checked their flanks. So I think that in general, if Sakai's is going to get an assassin, if it has like omni movement at this point, you gotta be careful, man. He's dangerous.
SRG
15
for
and 2,
this
right? And
time.
both devs came from his
Won
game
the
1
game.
Nolan. Hey, his Fanny was essentially flawless.
Yeah, we can see
The Lunas get
9-0
only 1 kill.
and a 1 on the Fanny. Absolutely insane. And that's when first picking Fanny too on the red side. This is not usually a
9
hero you would pick
kills.
very, very early
Arcadia
on.
won.
So it speaks to how well Coach Arcadia and Azora Vecchi were drafting to make sure that a lot of the usual tools you have to deal with this were just taken off the table.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just
Homeboys
comes down to pressure, right? It comes down to the order of
Okay.
your picks that really
Tower right
predetermines
there.
it. The
Okay.
battle already
Only
starts
one
once
tower
that
down
draft
by
starts. So
game.
again, congrats to both of these coaches. They put
For
on
the
a very
left,
good show here
it's
before their
SRG,
players did the
one.
rest of the work.
And
But
for
I
the
do
total,
think that
it's
red
also
side
SRG.
genuinely
total
is
and
going
one
to
for
be the
Homeboy.
more devastating side. I don't think there's
And
enough
as you can
answers
see,
on blue
the
side.
coin
And as much as I
comparison.
want to believe that, like, oh yeah,
Otherwise,
Lunox
you
is a
can say
perfect
gold.
answer to the Harith. It's under the caveat of
25
can you get her
by
to that
43
point? Can you get her to the Holy Crystal?
At least it's not completely hopeless, right? I
Coin
agree, red
play
side
very
definitely has
vital
the
role
advantage,
in
but
the build.
I mean, Homeboys have shown us blue side,
In
there's
this
certain
big
ways to
matches,
navigate around that. And I know this is probably a bit late,
they're
but I
vital
gotta
role
bring it up.
now.
Big props to Coach Jeff. Previous season when Coach Pass was still around, I think a lot of people were putting them side by side, but Pass kind of takes the limelight. But you can really see the brilliance of Coach Jeff show after, you know, Pass
Nuisance.
transfer to
brother
Team
thing.
Vamos, and I think he deserves
Yeah,
credit for
that's,
that.
Yeah, he does. He does. Really great second half of the drafts.
and I
Honestly,
have
really
been
good adjustment
saying
from game number 2,
both
right? Because there was some sort of foresight of expecting them to adjust, and even
he
then,
got
he
that
still got a
kill,
pretty good
and I
read
got
on
it.
it.
It's great to see that he's been able to bring Homeboys to
It's
greater heights.
100%
and
for
having
Udil.
this understanding of your players
Maze.
when they themselves think that the lineup is still very new is the mark of a good coach. So
Even though they had
hopefully we get to see
a
him
great
and the rest of the
percentage
Homeboys
in a
continue
team fight.
growing throughout the season as well. Because if they can bring SRG this tight, they could
gotta
genuinely be
lose.
contenders against
gotta lose
the
this time, I think.
ex-Homeboys lineup too.
I mean, can you imagine we
Easy
get a
for Ling.
Homeboys SRG Grand Finals down the road, but it's a completely different roster.
I know, right?
You
That
gotta
would be
be patient.
insane.
But I
That'd be
think
pretty
I
funny.
think
a lot of
participation
eyeballs would probably be on
was
WAP, right? He's
out
kind of
for
the
60%.
minor X factor at
And
this
group,
point. You can see the
Lunox,
rawness
both
in him, and
40%.
that would take some
You can
time to
see
polish. But aside from that, I think they're
Innocent
on the
got that
right path.
53.8.
My only issue with him right now is that he doesn't have much of an identity, right? Is he
That's
really good at
pretty
laning? Is he good at
That's
team
pretty
fights? I
good
still don't know
to win
just
a
yet
game.
because
I agree.
he hasn't played
In a
enough
huge
games
tournament
to
like
really
this.
say for sure what his preference is going to lean towards.
We haven't seen the presence that
Damage
WAP
deal by
creates in the
Crane,
land of
like-
Dawn just yet. His high-lows was
Look at that.
not a good time. But he has had
72,000.
moments of brilliance on this Arlet. A lot of the reason why Homeboys were able to win game 2 was because of that final slash pushing people out of position.
Yep.
So what
think it's
else
because he's
can he
in the
bring to the
extra lane, huh?
table when
He
you
gotta do
remember
more
that
damage.
WAP, he's
in other
only
teams.
played like 1 or 2 games in MPL his entire career.
Yeah,
Still,
it's
Oil got
true.
that
I mean,
too.
maybe he's just like a
69.
hardcore playmaker, right? Put him on the Utah, give him
1,945
something with Petrify.
damage.
Maybe he can make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complete different
As you
identity,
can
but I
see,
agree that the Arlet has
it's
shown
EXP for
many
the
great moments.
has
Even in game 3, right? Sure, they
damage
didn't win
taken.
the game, and sure, he was punished every now and then, but you could see the angle that WAP was going for, right? Able to clip Innocent and Stormy multiple times in
Kind of
crucial
surprising
team
that
fights.
Yep.
Hyper
Yep.
could could
If
not
we're
get
talking
that.
about playmaking, though, I also want to give a huge
Or
shout out to
damage taken.
Cram. I think if not for Skies having 9-0, I would have given him MVP this game.
Oh,
because
yeah.
every single time that SRG got caught out, he
But
was
this
there,
time,
ready to
it's
cut
Grok
the
that
fight
got damage
and be the front
taken the
line to make
max.
sure that everyone else could get away. That last fight especially, it looked
What
like,
the-
oh, SRG might get punished for fighting in this funnel.
hardly
Suddenly
was an
Flicker Earth Shatter
NM,
knocks
no?
up 3 people. The
Lane?
fight is just
Marksman?
over. It was beautiful.
I didn't even
Bad.
notice this,
That
man. I didn't even
wasn't
notice that Homeboys didn't touch the
me.
turret on the
Oh
side
my
of SRG.
god, wait.
What a surprise.
I didn't even notice that.
Hey, look, their composition isn't designed to take down these types of objectives. They're good at team fighting and like that, and maybe contesting for neutrals, but that's about it. Like towers, I don't know about that one.
Kinda healing
It's tough.
taken.
It's tough. I don't think they have much high ground
Innocent
anyways, and
got
I
the
think that
most
it was going to be a
healing
losing
right
battle
there.
if it ever ended up in a
After a
situation
team
of
fight,
the
you
Lord
gotta heal.
is this is the third
So the
Lord of the
innocent
game.
how?
It's like, oh yeah, we can melt it down, but the minions, they're too strong to
guy
actually
can.
deal with.
We already know when Red
It's
Giants
rich
have
guy
a lead,
for
they're
gold
so
fulminate
good at
and the
manipulating
carry
the
for
map.
the
So even though it
damage
looked
dealt to
tight,
heroes.
Homeboys just couldn't touch the
Total
structures.
damage
But still,
taken, it's sent
Amal
back.
having the highest
And base
GPM in this game is
wingsman.
very impressive. Cram being both
Cram.
the carry and the best
Total six
wingman, showing the
assists.
versatility of Edith.
And considering that
intense
you
game.
are up against a 9-0 Fanny and you still have highest GPM, that says something about Amal on that link. But yeah, Cram, we say that he's going to be the punching bag, you know, kind of sacrifice courtesy of SRG, and he becomes the bailout of the team, and eventually
Oi.
the guy that wins the game, you know, ironically.
Now, guys, we got a new graphic for you. It's called the item build progression. What you see in front of you is when exactly these players purchase their items and at what time, or roughly in what order, in what time. You can see components and everything. Now, when we're looking at Soul, the first thing that he decided to go for was the Genius one, which I thought was kind of interesting. I thought maybe he wanted to go straight away into something greedy, you know, pick up maybe Blood Wings almost instantaneously, maybe even go for something a little bit, something that'll keep him alive in lane generally, right? But I think the big issue here was how quickly we expected some of these players to go for their tier 2 boots. It makes significant difference. But Udil, especially, once he gets that Gleaming Gem, that's when he is basically done for the laning phase, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of stats, that's totally fine, but he will never run out of mana, so he never technically needs the recall.
I think the Soul's item progression is kind of same with what Innocent did in game 1, right? Genius
Yes.
one first item, and then you progress to that Holy Crystal. Got caught off guard by being assassinated by Sakai's twice. I think that's where they start to realize that if my Brilliance gets baited out, I'm in danger, but you're already kind of down that rabbit hole. There's no turning back for Blood Wings.
Yep. It's just too expensive. I feel like the build is just too expensive,
Yeah.
right? Those 2 deaths in that time from when he got that Genius one at roughly around 4 minutes, about 12 minutes, man, that's like a huge time gap of not having like a second, well, barely a component, but not even a second item.
I mean, the Holy Crystal was supposed to be the moment where, okay, I'm ready to fight, just like him on the Tarn. And then that big play happened from Cram, so it
yeah.
kind of stings, you know?
But at least with the Tarn, it's like you've got other items kind of like compensate for in between. But I don't know. It's personal preference. I do feel like it's a bit of an awkward period of time for Lunox. But overall, I mean, based on the stats we're seeing so far here, 58% team fight participation comparatively to 42. Even though we had a split, technically we had Amal doing pretty poorly in game number 1, but he was split pushing the whole way. So
it's crazy, right? I mean, the statistics, like you would think that it would be a bit closer in terms of team fight participation, but
For sure.
SRG, less active, way less active compared to Homeboys.
But I think it's a lot more decisive from SRG, because in game 2 they were just kind of throwing themselves at the Homeboys, and you saw how that turned out, right?
Oh, yeah.
It cost them quite a bit. So you could tell that they were way more disciplined, a lot more selective with the fights that they decided to go for in game number 3. Even though they had heroes like the Fanny and the Edith who could be making plays early on, they actually didn't go for full aggro in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling this may have lulled the Homeboys into a false sense of security in some way.
Well, possibly. I don't know. I definitely felt like Udil definitely had moments where he did overheat a little bit. Like he was going past battle lines to try and separate the fight into 2 by himself. I think that's when I felt like the Homeboys were maybe overdoing it.
I mean,
But it's SRG, right? They're as good as they can get, and I think that right now the meta punishes you for being so proactive, especially in the first 2 minutes of the game.
You can see Udio kind of slightly let his guard down when he was trying to clear a mid-wave. Knowing where Slug Guys was. It gives you a good idea of where the hit space is. But I mean, I don't blame him, right? Sometimes you just lose track of these kind of things.
I mean, even after that happened, Udio was still very active, and he was able to pick off Stormy a couple of times, effectively winning out the mid lane matchup, even though he got picked off by Skies at the first point. And every single time Red Giants wanted to engage, the moment that Lantern comes out, they just can't really approach either. So I think Udio was doing a great job.
Or was he doing a great job, or is the hero busted? I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit of both, because to be fair, he was getting more flickers than the average player.
That is true. Or is SRG adapting, right? Because they started kind of implementing, well, we can't just go be one and done with one team fight. We gotta push and pull, bait out the Brilliance, get the Crimson Beacon out of the way.
They're like haggling for a discount of a team fight.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you have no ultimate, now we fight.
Yeah. Come on, man, just use the ult, man. That's like 10% of the total price.
It is true, though. I mean, when it gets to those points, it really is about baiting resources out and taking the fight when you know that the enemy team doesn't have a lot of gas left. I think SRG initially wanted to try an all-in during specific points of the fight, then realized, oh, Homeboys is actually doing a very good job of layering their disengage. Like, we saw so many times players being able to get out by trading places, by zoning people, and not giving free kills over to the Red Giants. So they changed their approach. They go for off-tempo kills instead, with Skies just jumping in from the back when you least expect it. And Homeboys just wasn't quite able to adjust in time.
Well, I mean, as much as they want to adjust, it does mean that they aren't going to get as many points as they could have gotten. The Selangor Red Giants currently in top of the standings with 2 points with a 2-1 victory. Homeboys with 1 point with a 1-2 loss.
And if you ask me, is this the start I expect? I definitely wouldn't say yes.
I would not have expected it. I'm in the same boat.
But I would say it's a good start to the season, right? I mean, if people have already put the impression out that this is a fight for second place, who can be the second true representative of the Malaysian to take that slot into M6. I think right now, if we have a contender on our hand, just based off of first impression, this could be one of them.
Yeah, Homeboys, gotta love them. They pull out the stops, they pull out the surprises, and I'm really looking forward to see if this team can continue growing. I hope that they do not lose steam after.
I think kailangang ingatan to ng Blacklist International. May rotation na naman din sa may bottom lane. Oheb, may pokes din.
Philippines?
Hero-nya nggak meta, cuma yes itu spesial buat dia. Mungkin lebih. Hero-nya nggak
Malaysia.
Dengan Red, terima kasih banyak kepada kita punya panelis dan juga kita punya caster. Kembali lagi lepas ni untuk perlawanan yang seterusnya.
Cheering time.
How the world sees me is of little consequence.
Let's go. It's ready for a win. Oh, no. It's time for a break, I think. Hello, 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 hello. We gonna win this game. And what's happening? Oh, the net is kind of rigged right now. I had not noticed that. Hello, hello. I think that man is gonna if my man dies, we gonna watch. It's gonna be yeah. They are on a break right now. I had this. Yeah, the good man. Nice, already. They really has rigged the game. So we're gonna play. What are we gonna play? I don't know. 46. Summoning. I think Jack is better in the Zodiac skin. Got Jack, Aurora. What is this? What, Karina? No, the Aurora look kinda stunning. What is this? Hellcat too. I didn't notice that. No, the Minotaur is kinda mid. Can't say anything. Nah, they ate the base skin of Zodiac. And I think I already active. I'm gonna watch now. Serena, where is my mage? Mage, Serena.
When you gaze into the stars gaze back.
Damn, that look crazy. Damn. That looks sick, guys.
when you gaze into the abyss.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's kinda good, I think. A beer mark. Now this is
You're Do you want to make friends with Nana? Do you
For honor! Demon shall bathe. Demon shall bathe. Demon shall bathe.
Chivalry is...
I am a daughter of Northern Vale. I swear...
Countdown begins to a new combat!
my heart goes la 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 la. Cupcake. Ooh, kind of look.
占ってあげようか。
Wow. Carry. Oh, Zilan. Anyone gonna pick Zilan? No one? Anyone? No one? Nice, you got the really skin. I'm gonna pick this Carry.
I've been waiting for too long. I've been waiting for too long.
I wish I had played in this time. I could have surely purchased that enemy.
Welcome to Mobile Legends. 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed. First blood. Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Keep up the rhythm.
Okay. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Sorry for the low quality, guys.
To be or not to be. Faster and faster.
An ally has been slain. Killing spree. Ha. Double kill. An ally has been slain. Engage once the minions are clear.
Speed, precision, and strength.
Cos'è? No, but...
An enemy has been slain.
One strike, one skill. To be or not to be.
An ally has been slain.
Keep up the rhythm. Faster and faster.
Ally has been slain. Our turret is under attack.
Speed, precision, and strength. Ha!
You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
One strike, one skill.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Wiped out.
Speed, precision, and strength.
Killing spree. Mega kill. Okay. Double kill. Shut down.
Keep up the rhythm. Ha! Faster and faster. One strike, one skill.
Has been slain. Our turret is under attack. Double kill. Well played.
One strike, one skill.